call this meeting of the Ways and Means Committee together today, Tuesday, April the 5th, 2016 at 4:05. And Deanne, would you please call the roll?
Coonan.
Here.
Tilly.
Here.
Rancic.
Here.
Begay.
Here.
Garrett.
Here.
Lutz.
Here.
Krieger.
Excused.
Four present.
Thank you, ma'am. We've all had an opportunity to review the minutes of
Motion to approve?
Support.
moved and supported. Any questions or discussion on the minutes? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. At this time, if anybody would like to address Ways and Means, please step to the podium, state your name and the issue you'd like to speak on behalf of, and you have an opportunity to address Ways and Means. Okay, seeing no one's coming forward, under our next order of business, under petitions and communications from the Sheriff's Department, we have a grant agreement for 2016. This is the Marine Safety Program.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion on that? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. This is the RFP for inmate telephone services at the jail. I spoke with Sheriff Miller, and John, we wanted to pull that at this time, correct?
Right. I'd like to wait and see what the FCC is going to do in regard to fees. It seems like every few months it changes, and there's a great possibility that the FCC may mandate that we can only charge what costs for the phone system. And until we find out exactly what it is, I'd like to hold back on that RFP for a new system or to renew the system, because we really don't know where we're going to be with this, and I think it would be smart to hold off and wait to see what comes out of Washington.
Commissioner Lutz.
So do you need a motion to send it back to administration?
Sure.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions for Sheriff Miller?
Just one. Sheriff, is there any time constraints on this, or we can just continue on like we're doing
We
now?
can continue on at this point, I believe, but I really don't want to enter into a contract not knowing what's going to happen or come out of the FCC ruling. They've made some rulings where we can't charge, and it gets really convoluted, but we can't charge rates going out of the state, but in the state we can. And somebody doesn't like inmate phones in Washington. That's what it boils down to.
Thank you.
All set, Mike?
Yes, sir.
All right. With no other discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From the Bay County Prosecutor, this is an amendment to 2015-2016 VOCA, Victims of Crimes Act grant.
So moved.
Support. Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From the Court Administrator, this is the treatment court grants. This is for all three courts, Deanne, correct?
Yes.
So
Motion to approve.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Under D, from Commissioner Begic, we have the appropriation for the Summer State Convention of Vietnam Veterans of America. We're seeking $1,000 for this particular event.
I would move that motion.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From Corporate Counsel, we have the Cormorant Management on Spoils Isle.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions in regards to that?
What a good
If you
name.
need any volunteers, Mr. Chair, I would.
You got a pretty good eye?
And I do, yes, sir.
All right.
Got a good eye and a lot of show.
All right, any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From the, under F, from the Director of Administrative Services, this is the Soldiers Relief Commission contractual. This is for a part-time clerk position.
So moved.
It's been moved and supported. Any questions or discussion? Commissioner Lutz?
You know, when they brought it up to me, and that's why it's on your agenda today, is because we don't really have the ability to wait another 3 weeks to a month to get it on and get somebody in here, because the state kind of left us in the lurches when their employee retired because of health reasons, and there's nothing wrong with that, but they're not going to, in any time soon, fill a position, and they may never, okay? And the local, veterans need our support down there, and this also help with the other agency down there helping veterans. And I really think we need to, step up and take this on at this time.
Commissioner Begic, thanks.
The trust fund, it's really the trust fund secretary who's not being replaced, but she also helped the Soldiers and Sailors Relief Fund. John Van Tol's here, and Keith Markstrom are on that. They've been talking to the state, they've been talking to them about trying to replace that position, but so far it doesn't look like they're gonna replace that position statewide, so looks like it falls to the county and another unfunded mandate. Not mandate, but we have to fund it now, it looks like.
Oh, it's a service that needs to be provided. So, anybody else have any other questions? All right, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Under G, from the Environmental Affairs and Community Development, this is the recognition of the 2015 and 16 Michigan Green Schools.
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. Questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From the Director of Recreation and Facilities, we have the Boys and Girls Summer Club, or Summer Program.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions on this particular item? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Number 2, we have the golf course outing. This is an additional fee structure for the golf course.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions on this? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Under I, from the Equalization Department, this is the preliminary 2016 equalization report.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Kelly, did you want to speak on behalf of this a little bit?
The reason that there is such a reduction is the personal property. Last year, they mandated that everybody under $80,000 true cash for personal property was exempt if they filed the form. And then this year, they said eligible manufacturing is also exempt from local taxes. However, they will have to pay a essential services tax through the state. And they have not told us exactly how we're going to get reimbursed yet.
Okay. Now, regardless of what the reimbursement is, when you're looking at up 2.16% or something like, or 3%, do we know, I asked you this a little earlier, and I don't want to put you on the spot, what 1% reduction would be in actual taxable revenue or ballpark? Maybe,
Not off the top of my head,
maybe
but
for next Tuesday.
absolutely.
Because down the road, they say they're gonna reimburse us, but if we don't get reimbursed, then we kinda need to know exactly what we're dealing with in regards to.
Checks in the mail.
So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anybody have any questions for Kelly? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From the Supervisor of Buildings and Grounds, we have gas transportation. This is seeking a contract with Constellation.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. And number 2, we have some painting projects. This is requesting up to $41,000 to continue to do some painting.
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions? Johnny's here if you wanna, anybody wants to ask him. Mike, go ahead.
This is for labor, right? Because you think you have enough materials left over from the original lot.
Sitting at around 11,000 for supplies
So that should be enough to carry through with all of
to
it.
finish up our list.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Johnny. All right, no other discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Under 3, we have structural assessment contracts for the columns and the piers at the market.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Anybody have any questions on this? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. from the Director of the Division on Aging. This is a letter of intent to Region 7 for the fiscal year 2016 and 17 budget.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We have some payables from the General, Center Ridge Arms.
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. Questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. From the Finance Department, we have a number of budget adjustments.
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions or discussion on the budget adjustments? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Number 2, we have the analysis of the general fund equity. Motion to receive, would it be in order?
So moved. Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Number 3, we have an update for the Executive Directive 2008-11.
Motion to receive.
Support.
Motion to receive and support. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Does anybody have anything under any referrals? Any unfinished business? New business?
We have one.
Commissioner Tiller, or Commissioner,
No, what? Okay, brought forth a resolution to send forth to the tax tribunal, and I think we also should share this with the Bay County Township Association as well, because some of this comes off of the Michigan Township Association, to change the taxable value of these big box stores that close shop and then open up new shops and then they're taxed based on the closed shop status, because that's what the property value is what they say. And so they're taxed at a much lower value than what they should be being taxed at when they're opening up their new stores. And it hurts everybody that's in the county and the townships, because you end up with a vacant store and you have a new store and they're getting taxed at the vacant store's rate. And these dark stores, as they like to call them, are a growing problem in the state of Michigan. And so I bring forth a resolution to encourage the tax tribunal to change their change the assessment to the higher rate. Deed restriction should not be a factor in determining the property's true cash value, and should be required, the tax tribunal should be required to consider all three methods of assessing cost minus depreciation, sales, comparison income, when determining the property's true cash value. So I so move this resolution.
Support.
moved and supported. Commissioner Begic.
I had a chance to talk to the representative from Kalamazoo who's pushing this actually from Bay City originally, but at the Consumers when they had the open house, and he's an appraiser also. He's actually the only appraiser in the House of Representatives, and it's been costing us, the county and the townships and the cities a lot of money. So the Michigan Association of Counties is behind this also, and they want us to contact our legislators, and so I think this would be a good way to do that too. Thank you.
Anybody else have any discussion on this item? All right, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. New business. We have no closed session. Any miscellaneous? Any announcements? Commissioner Begic.
I think there's going to be a community cleanup, and we're going to talk to administration about bidding on a board. I think it's going to be like the city one, but they'd like to get the county involved to have a community cleanup, like the end of April or so, like they've done in the past. So, and we're looking at maybe some of the houses that have been repossessed or that have been taken in by the county that we could look at helping to clean up. So we should maybe have more information next week on that, what the process would be.
All right, sounds good. Anything else? Tom?
Mr. Chair, if my math is correct, the change in taxable value from 2015 to 2016, that 16% reduction, would be about a $230,000 hit on the general fund.
Okay. And that's for 17 or 16? Or?
Yeah, it would be based on 2017 revenues.
Okay.
And we will get some background reading on what the law states in terms of the reimbursement also, because I'm almost positive that they did include a specific revenue source that would be generated to reimburse locals. So I'll get that out to everybody.
All right, thank you, sir. Well, I think motion to,
Motion to adjourn is always in order, sir.
Support.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?